Is today a holy day? Yeah, it's kind of holy. Greetings, Hero Design, your friendly neighborhood rabbi, and today we're going to talk about the concept of HaMo'ed. That is like the regular days in between holy days, or the intermediate days of a week-long festival. This is a special kind of Jewish time that happens a couple of times a year. One of which is on Sukkot, which is one of the holidays discussed in this series, and the other one is Pesach, or Passover, which is a Jewish holiday in the spring. But before we jump into the mundane within the holy, I want to make sure that you know that this is part of a 31 video Fall Jewish Holiday Challenge. If you just found one of my videos for the first time, I'd like you to consider clicking on the first link you see in the show notes below. That way you'll not only learn about HaMo'ed today and other funny Jewish words, but you'll get clued into Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, all of Sukkot, how we prepare for these things, what we do on these days, and what they mean for us and the meaning that they can add to our lives. If you click that link, you'll get a downloadable guide to all the major Jewish holidays this year with the dates on the secular calendar in 2018 and 2019 of the Common Era, and you'll get links to all 31 videos so that you can go into these holidays with a better understanding of what's going on, which guarantees that you will have a more meaningful experience and possibly a more joyful experience. But enough about that for right now. I want to explain to you this concept of HaMo'ed. The word hol means like the opposite of a holiday. Hol means lacking holiness or just mundane. It's like Shabbat is the holiest day of the week. The rest of the days of the week are considered hol. And to be clear, that's pronounced kind of like whole milk or the whole Megillah, except you got to when you say it, chol. Whenever you're speaking Hebrew, ingesting dairy products ahead of time will always help your pronunciation. So chol is just like a weekday, but a couple of times a year we have these 7 or 8 day biblical holidays, such as Sukkot and also Passover or Pesach, where the Torah says you're going to have a festival for this long period of time, and the first day is a day of complete rest, and the last day is a day of complete rest, but not the in-between days. And as we've discussed in another video, if you're in a community that celebrates holidays for 2 days instead of 1 day, the first 2 days and the last 2 days are the holy days, but then there's that time in between. So what is this time? Is this a holiday because it's a part of the festival, or is it not holy time because it doesn't say don't work? So HaMo'ed, or the mundane time within the festival time, is kind of an in-between state with a quality of mundaneness and also a quality of holiness kind of mixed together. It's kind of a regular weekday in the sense that you are allowed to work and you're allowed to play and you're allowed to do stuff that's not normally recommended for a holiday. However, it's also a holy time because you do specific mitzvot or commandments for that holiday. For example, on Passover, you rest the first day and you rest the last day, but you eat matzah the whole time, and you keep bread out of your house that whole time. So in the in-between time, you can work, but, pack a lunch and take matzah. For Sukkot, again, we have a festival day in the beginning, we have a festival day at the end, or 2 in the beginning and 2 at the end if that's your community's custom. And in between, you can go to work, you can go about your business, but you still have the mitzvah of dwelling in a sukkah. That means you go to work like usual, but you come home and you have your meals in the sukkah. Some people even sleep in the sukkah. And then you get up and you go inside and you take a shower and you go to work. But on Sukkot, don't take matzah. That's a different holiday, no matter what your grocery store tries to tell you by stocking matzah at every single Jewish holiday. Holiday confusion at Ralph's is real. So if you're watching this and you have any control over the stocking patterns of a grocery store, please stop stocking matzah at every single holiday. It only makes us giggle. Finally, and a little bit deep in the weeds, and this is a black belt move, people, there's even a special greeting when you meet somebody and say hello during the HaMo'ed period, during these 2 times a year, which is kind of holy, kind of not so much. And that greeting is Mo'adim l'simcha. That means may your appointed times or your festival times bring you joy. And the first time I ever heard this, I was like, Mo'adib what? Big into the movie Dune. Nerd alert. So whatever you do, don't say Mo'adib l'simcha, or people will wonder which desert you think you're crossing. Arrakis, Dune, desert planet, the spice. Nothing to do with Sukkot. Sorry about that. Hero, thank you so much for watching this whole video about a kind of confusing time of year, but a special one because we spend so much time kind of separating worldly things from holy things. On Havdalah after Shabbat, we talk about the ability to distinguish between Kodesh and Hol, between sacred and not so sacred. These are a couple of times a year where those things blend, and you get to observe aspects of a holiday within the context of your regular daily life. And that's sort of blending the best of both of your worlds. If you'd like to know more about all these fine details of the fall Jewish holidays, make sure you're signed up for the 31 video Fall Jewish Holiday Challenge. Just click on the first link you see in the show notes below. Or speaking of fall, hit up this little square with the fall leaves on it so that you can get your downloadable holiday guide and link to all these videos, including and especially the next video about what I think is the most obscure and least well understood Jewish holiday of all, Shmini Atzeret. Until then, hero, peace. The spice.